Hello friends, welcome back to the story creator. Today, I'm here to give you an again nightmare. So, first of all, plug your headphones, close your eyes, and let's start the story with horror topic. The smell that nobody can else sense. Have you ever smelled something so bad that you instantly checked your shoes, your clothes, maybe even your soul? Now imagine this, you are the only who can smell it. No matter where you go, no matter you are near, and the worst part, the smell isn't strongest in empty rooms. It's strongest near people, and that's when I realized something terrifying. This wasn't a smell followed me, it was reacting to other. It started small, almost forgettable, a faint rotten odor like spoiled meat mixed with damp cardboard, the king or the kind of smell you blame an old trash or a forgotten fridge. I noticed it one morning while trying my shoes. I sniffed my jacket, cleaned my apartment, fine, still the smell lingered, clinging to the air like it didn't want to leave. Here the weirdest part. When I stepped outside, it followed me, same intensity, same thickness, like an invisible cloud stuck on my back. I laughed it off. Maybe my nose was playing tricks on me. Ever smelled something weird and then couldn't smell it? Yeah, that's what I thought it was. At work, I asked a coworker casually, "Hey, do you smell that?" He leaned in, sniffed the air, and shook his head. Smell what? How terrifying those words are. Smell what? Because no, it wasn't just annoying, it was personal. Over the next few days, the smell got worse, thicker, warmer, almost alive. But here's where it took a turn. It changed depending on who I was near. When I stood alone, it was faint. When I sat next to someone on the subway, it intensified. When the train was packed shoulder to shoulder, the smell became unbearable, raw, sticky, like something had already died but didn't realize it yet. I started tracking it. Yeah, I know that sounds insane, but tell me honestly, if something followed you everywhere and no one else noticed, would you not try to understand it? That's when I realized something chilling. The smell didn't grow stronger around everyone, only certain people. I tested it. Grocery stores, cafes, crowded sidewalks, most people, nothing but a few random ordinary looking people triggered it instantly. When they got close, my throat burned, my eyes watered, and the smell it felt wrong. Like my body was reacting before my brain could catch up. One night, standing in a line at a gas station, it hit harder than ever. The man in front of me smelled so bad I almost gagged. I stepped back, the smell faded. He stepped closer, it returned stronger, thicker. I looked at him, normal clothes, calm expression, but his eyes, they didn't blink enough. Question for you. Have you ever noticed when someone looks human but doesn't feel human? I followed him outside. Yeah, bad decision, I know, but curiosity beats logic every time in horror stories, right? The smell led me straight to his car, and when he opened the trunk, it vanished completely, like it was never there. I laughed, nervous laugh, the kind you do when your brain refuses to accept reality. From that moment on, things escalated. I began recognizing the smell before seeing the person walking down the street. My nose would burn, and seconds later, someone would pass me. Always the same reaction, always the same unease. I googled it. Bad idea. Forums, obscure medical articles, a buried post from years ago caught my attention. It described a rare neurological condition. People who could detect biological decay before death. Not sickness, not injury, something else, something unfinished. The post ended with one line that still messes with me. Some people rot before they die. That's when the smell changed again. It wasn't random anymore, it was predictive. People who triggered it, they disappeared days later. Car accidents, sudden illnesses, one was reported missing. And then, because horror loves explanation, I smelled it on someone I knew. It was a friend, laughing, alive, standing right in front of me, and the smell was stronger than it had ever been. I wanted to scream, I wanted to warn him, but what do you say? Hey man, you smell like death. Might wanna see a doctor? 3 days later, he didn't show up to work. A week later, there was an obituary. After that, I avoided people and stayed calm. I kept my distance because every time I smelled it, I felt responsible. Like knowing made me complicit. But here is the twist. The smell didn't stop. It got closer, more frequent, more intense. One night, lying in bed, I smelled it again stronger than ever. I jumped up, checked the hallway empty, bathroom empty. Then I realized something horrifying. The smell wasn't coming from around me, it was coming from me. I stood in front of the mirror, breathing shallow, heart racing. The smell thickened with after death. And that's when it hit me. The reason it was strongest near people wasn't before because they were rotting. It was because I was, and being near others accelerated it. Maybe it wasn't a warning, maybe it was a countdown. I don't know how much time I have left. The smell hasn't faded, and lately strangers around me have started coughing. So here's my question to you. If you suddenly smelled something rotten right now, would you assume it was the room, or would you wonder if it was you? If this story made your skin crawl, make sure to subscribe because the next story gets even darker, and trust me, you won't smell it coming.